Well, it is a funny and hilarious moment when you stop and realize you're just in your basement on a green screen talking to yourself. But it's fun. I have found that I like having a little bit of that moment of control in some way where it's like, "Ooh, I can redo this again if I need to, or if I can set my person here, I set my person there." But it does make me crave that human interaction that I know we're all missing a little bit more, because it is that's what theater is, right? Is like we're bringing those human connections out to an audience, and when you're kind of trying to recreate that with yourself in your basement, it can be a little strange sometimes. But I think by the end of this production, I was really finding my own groove, and kind of like, I guess as a kid, you create shows and things in your head. I kind of felt like I was doing that again. I was putting this whole production on, and it was just for me.
That's such a great way to put it. It does remind me of when I was a kid, and I was doing play acting either with my friends or by myself in the garage or something. Because there were no rules, you could just make up anything. And I think that as we've done this over the years, as we've taken class or as we've done plays, as we've had a career, we tend to filter all that out because we develop this grown-up bag of tricks that always work for us. But now here we are making theater, virtually with other people who aren't there. We're just by ourselves in that garage again. And you know, as time goes on, as the week goes on of recording song after song after song or scene after scene after scene by yourself, you get into the groove and you start making up your own rules again, and you start, tearing down all those filters that you've built up over the years, and it's fun.
I have so much love and admiration and gratitude for the two of you, as well as our other performers. You guys have both done two of these now. Yes, it's not the live, but I think, speaking for myself, I don't know what I would have gone a bit loony if we hadn't created this new thing, because here I am on beautiful Cape Cod, desperately missing New York and desperately missing doing it live. And it is an amazing feeling of camaraderie and creative fulfillment that I feel like we've all been able to achieve. When you talk about how it's going to relate to being back in the room, I mean, it's also an exercise not an exercise, it's not even the right word, an adventure in creating a new medium. Mm-hmm. Because from the very beginning, I was like, it's not stage. We can't have that. I don't want it to be film. We're not trying to do a film, but it's something that feels more maybe not quite as live as being in the room and on stage together, but more live than a film. And that was always the goal.
In a strange way, I feel like wherever this leads is where it's supposed to lead. That I've been given this new set of tools on how to discover a kind of creativity and a kind of passion that gets triggered. Every time I walk in front of that green screen and set up my lights and my camera and my, all the mics that I'm wearing that you can't see. Maybe that's how a great artist feels when they sit in front of an empty canvas, or when they take pen and paper to write the great American novel. It's just this opportunity to create something new, to start fresh, and to know absolutely nothing going into it.
It's so exciting to have like a new set of paint colors that you didn't even know existed. Mm-hmm. It's like, what? This was all here? But again, like this time last year, really 2 years ago, people would have thought we were crazy if we had brought this to the table, and now it's like the parameters that we kind of start to put with ourselves within, they've been completely blown away. We're boundless. Like, we have so much more space to play, making sure that we have that storybook quality, this set can be whatever we want it to be. This prop can be whatever we want it to be. And I can create this whole world behind this teeny tiny little camera on my cell phone. Turn it into a Zoom video. Like,
every time we learn, and I'm all about that. Like, going forward, we're going to have a storyboard artist, which is so exciting.
Wow, that's great.
That's so
So
cool.
exciting. We have her for the next one.
That's really amazing.
I think perfecting every time, learning how to do this better and better, and keeping this perpetually as a new medium that is accessible to so many people at a much lower cost and in a much more universal way. And just continuing to showcase all these amazing actors that are willing to embrace the medium and willing to very valiantly wear so many hats. Everybody from the theater side collaborates with all these people from the film side, and we are using our two worlds, to all the strengths of our two worlds, and we all are combining in something that we all really love.
I'm excited to see how many more stories can be told, because when we are in the physical world, like our traditional theater, we can be limited to budgets, sets, personnel, whatever it may be. And in the virtual world, it's as big as we want it to be. So I think it's going to be a beautiful chance for even more incredible stories to be told and given and shared to the rest of the world.
Same. I'm so excited to see more invention, more creativity by all sorts of people doing this in the medium, taking existing works. But I also want to see, new writers and established writers write specifically for this medium, to see what they can do, to see what they can invent, to develop a brand new not technical, that's not the right word, but just a brand new language, a brand new vocabulary. And take us places that we haven't been before. I think that the best work that I've seen over the last year that's been virtual, that's been digital, has been done by people who have seized the moment, who have not tried to do what they were doing before. And I've heard a lot of lip service and a lot of resistance, a lot of pushback from people who just want to get back at what we were doing last March before we shut down. I got to tell you, I'm not really interested in going back. This was an opportunity to create something new, to discover a new level, to just have an absolute paradigm shift in terms of our artistic consciousness. And I think that that's what's going to be really exciting over the next couple of years, to see what comes out of this pause that we've all taken, to see not just how the art has changed, but how we've changed, and how the art is simply a reflection of us. Did I just say that? I think I did.
Beautifully said.
Wow.
Wow, Thom. Amen.